It is your favorite light skin and also your favorite fitness and movie nerd, Al King, back on at it again with another banger and fire video for y'all's out there today. There y'all. Welcome on back to the channel. But guys, I got a cook on this Negro right here, our boy Harsh Critics. Now I will say I do be fucking with bro's channel. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, he do be dropping some bangers. But I ain't gonna lie, this was some fuckery right here when he was going in on Scarlett Johansson. I really gotta go in on this particular topic. Now, I can already hear the comment section. I know that shit about to be jumping because, listen, everybody is entitled to their opinion. I already know I can hear y'all motherfuckers coming out here be like, oh yeah, he's entitled to his opinion. Yeah, like why would you go in on him, motherfucker? Because this shit is blasphemy. Like, first of all, title. She sucks. At first, I thought this was clickbait. I really did. I was praying, you know what? This might be clickbait, because motherfuckers, like when it comes down to Scarlett Johansson, every motherfucker out there on the internet nowadays glazing that woman, Me, I'm a fair YouTuber. If I fuck with you, I fuck with your films. And if the shit was bad, like I ain't gonna lie, in Jurassic World Rebirth, the shit was bad, I ain't gonna lie. But when it comes down, when I was watching this video fully, now I know harsh critics, you're probably looking at this and being like, I'm looking at the screenshot, but it's not looking like that you watched the whole thing. No, I did. I have two different channels. That's why you're not seeing that red line, all the way at the end. When you fully watch a video, just to throw that out there. But I watched it all the way through. And I just couldn't believe it. I was like, nah, is he really serious? Washed up Scarlett Johansson? I was like, wow. Now that really surprised me. I was not expecting that. Like, she's not great as an actor. I'm like her acting sucks. I was like, no. Did I just hear that right? I honestly had to rewind the shit back on replay. I was like, nah, he didn't just say that. Did he? Did he really just say that? It's time to educate everybody, because when it comes down to Miss ScarJo, I ain't gonna lie, she really has been fucked over with a good amount of her films. Like the ones that really made it big, she really been fucked over times because she is actually a really talented actress. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. The problem with Miss ScarJo, like, listen, she was awesome in the MCU. Films outside of that were also really good. Like Under the Skin, that was a solid film. I think her best work, though, if I had to name top 3 films out of her, Ghost in the Shell, even though she got fucked over in that film when it came down to the box office. Dang, I wish that film did better in the box office. But man, that was such a great performance. I love that film. Ghost in the Shell, obviously that's one spot right there. Another one, Lucy. I don't know how the fuck everybody be clowning on Lucy. Lucy was a fucking masterpiece, man. Fuck, that film was awesome. And also Ghost in the Shell. I mean, oh, my bad. I already said Ghost in the Shell. What was that other film? Oh, Fly Me to the Moon. Motherfucker. When I say Fly Me to the Moon was such a fantastic film, like, that was the funniest role I've ever seen Scarlett Johansson ever play. Like, it was funny. It was kind of emotional. Like, I want to see more like guys, that's the more Scarlett Johansson character I want to see more. If she's playing more characters like that, because I feel like for her age, I think she should do more like comedic roles, honestly, because motherfucker, Rough Night was a funny ass movie. Fly Me to the Moon was surprisingly funny, but yet heartwarming at times. Like she killed it up in there. If she can do more films like that, like, guys, I think, bro, she would slay it. She really would slay it, man. But unfortunately, when it comes down to a good portion of her films, especially with Jurassic World, that's probably the biggest film she ever got fucked over on. Before that, it was Ghost in the Shell. But this particular film, guys, Jurassic World Rebirth, my goodness, man. The writers really fucked her over. It's not her acting. We know this woman can act. At least I think. Like, I know she can act, in my personal opinion. But in terms of her performance and stuff in Jurassic World, listen, like, guys, like, this story was just shit. Like imagine if ScarJo was in Primitive War and we got to see her acting the way it should like really supposed to be. If that motherfucker was in Primitive War, if we had Mahershala Ali, Scarlett Johansson, and everybody up in Primitive War instead of Jurassic World Rebirth, that shit would have been, none of y'all motherfuckers would ever be clowning on her. Y'all would not be downplaying Scarlett Johansson. Because bitch, when I say Primitive War is the best dinosaur movie I've seen in a long ass time, that might be probably my, I don't know where the hell to like rank that shit, but it's definitely my top 5 favorite dinosaur films of all time. One of the best films I've ever seen in like a decade, honestly. That's how good that storytelling was. If we had her, Mahershala Ali, Jonathan Bailey up in a film like that, adding one to the story, man, that would have been fucking fantastic. But guys, Universal, when it came down to Jurassic World Rebirth, even the opening scene was so garbage in terms of like just the writing. It's not a Scarlett Johansson problem. It's just the writers, guys. Like guys, there is just time where just Miss Johansson, she just don't get either one or two things that is fucking over Miss Johansson when it comes down to films. Is either she get a really, really big film, right? But they don't market it correctly, and the film turns out to be really good, but it's not marketed correctly. It doesn't sell as like basically the film don't sell as really much as it need to. Like Ghost in the Shell, fucking fantastic, but it underperformed in the box office. But that shit was so fucking fire. And then fast forward to Jurassic World Rebirth. Jurassic World is always gonna make money regardless, but Jurassic World Rebirth was a fucking disappointment. All these motherfuckers that are out here on YouTube glazing that shit, I guarantee, I'm sorry, man. I think these motherfuckers are paid off, in my personal opinion. There is no way in hell you think Jurassic World Rebirth is a fucking amazing movie. I'm sorry. That was some fuckery right there. I don't know who the heck came up with that type of storytelling, but she got screwed over, badly. That's one of the most screwed over films she's ever got messed over, and it's Jurassic World Rebirth. I feel like with her, like I said before, she's an awesome actress. She can diversify very well. Surprisingly, a woman that's like really good with comedy. If she did more films like Rough Night and she did more films like Fly Me to the Moon, bro, it would be like, bro, like she has room to grow. Now, her in particular in DC, I already did a video on that, but I don't mind it. Again, she's not a first type of choice I would go for in DC, but I will say I think she can do decent in the Batman, like on part 2, but I can definitely see Poison Ivy. And I ain't gonna lie, it is pretty savage. This woman about to be eating good though. Once she finished with DC, I mean, heck, all she gonna have to do is just go to Star Wars. That's about last big franchise. We talking about that type of area, superheroes and all that stuff. That's really about the only thing she gonna have left is Star Wars. Cause she been to Marvel and now she did DC. She been in some big stuff, Jurassic series. Like she really came a long way. But I don't think her acting is trash, man. Like I don't think her acting sucks. And bro, like if you go down and really watch like a good amount of her films, like the girl can act, man. The fact that she's out of her prime, no, it's just bad writing and bad marketing when it comes down to a good portion of her films, because when you go back and go watch Fly Me to the Moon, her most recent film, before Jurassic World Rebirth, bro, that shit slayed. And that's why I was so hyped after seeing that film. I was like, oh yeah, I know she about to kill it in Jurassic World Rebirth. And it's like I can't even get upset because guess what? The writers screwed her up, That wasn't on her. That's the writer's issue, So that's really the issues I think that's going on with ScarJo. I think it's more so just like literally the production fucking her over, because I feel like a lot of people, whenever they see her, they're thinking eye candy. But it sucks because I'm like, man, she do got talent and she has shown to diversify. She has definitely shown to diversify herself. And me personally, I want to see her do more comedy. I think low key, she really do shine with that shit. Like, I think after the whole DC and everything, Marvel, once she wrapped that shit up completely, ScarJo, just do comedy, cause you actually is a funny motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. When I heard your country voice style, like when you did that voice over there in fucking what was that shit? That Fly Me to the Moon. Funny as hell. You nailed that southern accent. And when I saw you up there in Rough Night, oh yeah, that shit was hilarious. So do more of that, please. Like, I think that's the shit she need to really stick to as she get older, because yeah, she's definitely got the character to go do that. But you know how they like to typecast and they just like to keep sticking her with the same shit. But she's proven that she can do other shit, bro. Like, I disagree. The girl can act, but that's all I gotta say. Go watch more of her films, bro. Cause to say that this girl can't act past her prime is blasphemy in my personal opinion. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think Miss ScarJo is washed up? Do y'all think that it's over? You know, she had a good run, but in my personal opinion, like I said, I countered all that shit. But harsh critics, hopefully you see this video. By the way, this is not no shade, this is not no attack, but I had to call you out because, bro, this was some fuckery. I really had to go in on there. But I do rock with your YouTube channel, though. I'm gonna wrap it up like that. Like and subscribe, share, everybody. Y'all's take it easy.
I possess all your dreams. A demon preys on the